really good gaps and things that I look for every single day. When I saw this gap when I was scanning this morning, again, I scan about probably close to 500 charts in the morning. I have a list of about probably 2,000 daily charts, all that do at least $1 million of trading volume every single day. And then on top of that, they have to be a minimum of over $2.50 a share. And I remove ETFs. I remove basically all the junk. I focus on the common stock, and I scan these by sorting them in my watch list every single morning for gaps that are over 2.5%. And I just go click, 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 understanding how gaps work and what gaps I'm looking for, and I separate those by tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. This was pretty much a very close tier 2 gap, meaning that I can go ahead and trade this within the first 30, 40 to an hour of the market opening. Now, there's very specific rules about entering these trades, and I'm going to share that with you here in just a minute, okay? So the chart that I'm looking up here, where you can see my cursor, this is what I saw today, okay? This is a beautiful little sell-off here that's happening, all right? You have a chart that's a daily chart that tried to move higher, completely failed, moved down, and you gapped up again. And you set up this kind of little base, this little red bar right here meant that, hey, this stock should go lower. It didn't. This stock ended up setting up a base, and look, buyers came in. You see this little green bar here? Buyers came in and they decided that this stock is going to move higher. And guess what happened the following day? All these people that got long anywhere between $85 to $88 woke up to this stock gapping down. I believe at one point it was upwards of $5 a share. So anybody that is in their right mind is going to potentially be liquidating this stock. You know, they were thinking this thing's going to go to $200 a share. Now we're down to 179, 180. So there's a set of rules and things that people will do. It's human nature. So what happened here is, you can see here on a 1 minute chart, and I'll show you on a bigger time frame. We ended up getting this gap down right here, which I was watching all morning. Now, you're not allowed to take this initially. The other reason I didn't really take this, if this would have been a green bar, I would be allowed to play this under the low, but this was not a green bar, it was a red bar, and I have to wait. The other reason I did not trade it out the open is because it wasn't a very liquid stock, meaning that when I looked at this at these opening kind of ranges, this had almost $1 spread on it, meaning that as soon as you enter the stock, you're down $1 a share. You do not want to do that. So I ended up watching for this little pop here, and as soon as we had a couple of green bars here and then this red bar that completely failed, I knew this is my entry, this is where I want to get in. And here we go. We took 500 shares short at 183.48, called it in the room perfectly. My initial stop was 185.50. I gave this thing plenty of room. I knew that, hey, let's potentially, if we pop up again up to this 20 MA, I want to be in this. I do not want to be shaken out of this. So I gave this plenty of room, and this thing, look, fell beautifully. Didn't touch it. And I called the first target at 181.50. And look at this beautiful target. Now, we went a little bit lower, but not very much. Got a beautiful target. I took a third of the position, and then ended up waiting for the back half to see what was going to happen. And then we got this beautiful little pivot here. Look at this. We came up, got a beautiful little pivot, and then I took all the targets here. Now, why did I take all my targets here? Because initially it was only supposed to be a third, and I was going to hold a third to the end of the day. The reason I took the entire position is because we had this incredible volume, and the market started to turn up and started to make new highs. And on the daily chart here, we were starting to hit these lows of previous times, that previous areas that kept getting tested. I knew that, hey, this thing's not going to fall all the way to zero, so I really wanted to be cautious. I trailed tight in this area, ended up being the perfect move, and look, this thing ended up crawling up back the entire day. So great trade. The following trade that I took was on AAL. I love this little trade as well. I love the story here because, look, you had a beautiful little breakout. Again, I was telling people in the live today, do not buy breakouts. Novice traders buy breakouts, and professional traders use breakouts to take targets. So all the people that got stuck taking these breakouts immediately got underwater here. So all these people that were buying at $18.25 all the way up to $19, they woke up at $17 a share this morning, which is definitely sad for them. However, there was a opportunity today. Okay, now we had this kind of a messy morning here. Now you could have maybe taken some of these sell-offs here, these sell setups, but I did not like them. The reason I did not like them because the gap is definitely more like a tier 3 gap, meaning you're not allowed to play this until after 10:30 reversal time, and that's exactly what happened. So if we take a look at this right here, we ended up popping up in this area on the 15-minute chart, and I used this 15-minute to get in, and it continued to ride it lower. Ended up getting only 1 hour out of it. We made just over $250, but really great trade. Absolutely loved it. Super pain free. Understanding where your odds are, understanding where your probabilities are is the best thing that you can do in your trading career. So wanted to share that with you today. Just an easy day, and we'll talk to you guys soon.